A FAM production. Furniture and mattress. FAM.news.
Huge announcement. Trent Ranburger is no longer the president and CEO of Trent Bedding. Find out who is and find out what Trent is going to do next. The Dos Marcos show begins right now.
Welcome to the Dos Marcos Show with Mark Kinsley and Mark Quinn, where mattress and furniture leaders gather to grow, get the inside scoop, tell stories, and take tequila shots.
Uno, dos, tequila!
Welcome aboard. Here's your passport to a planet filled with the mattress industry's brightest minds and biggest ideas. Meet your guides.
I'm Mark Kinsley, President and CEO of Englander.
And I'm Mark Quinn, co-founder of Spink & Co. and VP of Sherwood Bedding.
Together, they are Dos Marcos.
The galaxy's greatest mattress podcast has liftoff in 3, 2, 1.
This is earth-shattering news. Will the coastline of Mattress Land be forever altered? Trent Ranburger is no longer the president and CEO of Trent Bedding. Trent, we're going to get to you in just a moment, but guys, I have to tell you a quick funny story. So I'm with some friends in Nashville, and they told me this story. And just before we came on to record, I think Quinn was singing Jesus Take the Wheel, and it reminded me of this story my friend told me where...
Just like the original artist, by the way, Carrie. I sounded just like her. But anyway, go ahead.
You were, yeah, he even had the wig on. It was a special moment behind the scenes on the podcast. So my friend's friend, okay, I'm going to cut to it. These three girls go to Branson, and they went to a play. And one of the girls likes to have a few drinks and live it up. And two of the girls are stone cold sober. So they all, in a sober state of mind, go to the play called Jesus. And it's a play about Jesus. And it's supposed to be spectacular. The stagecraft, the acting, everything. So I guess two of the girls, the two sober ones, were looking up, and the whole time that the play was going on, they were talking about how hot Jesus was. And so after the play, the two girls...
Man, that seems wrong, but go ahead.
The two girls, they wanted to go talk to hot Jesus. And they went on, and they stood in line just to go up and fangirl hot Jesus. And the girl that likes to have a few drinks is like, please just get me out of the situation. I don't want to be here with you. And naturally, it made me think of you, Trent, because you just wrapped up a play where you played Hot Pearl. And you came on stage a couple of times inappropriately dressed, from what I understand.
Well, you know, I played a few characters. Yes, I played Pearl Burris. I was also the sheriff and the coach. So it was a play called Greater Tuna. It's a comedy about the third smallest town in Texas, Tuna, Texas, and it was written in the 80s, I think. It was actually written by two guys, and they actually performed 20 characters themselves. And we broke it into 10 characters or 10 actors for the 20 characters, but it was a blast. It was a blast.
Was one of the characters on the stage Hot Jesus?
It was not Hot Jesus, thank goodness.
Okay. Just making sure.
Pearl would have had to hit her with a purse.
Trent,
what's that?
You didn't disrespect Texas any, did you?
Oh, no, sir.
All
we
right.
live right here in Texas.
That's right. All right. Good enough.
And if you find somewhere else better, move.
Now, so I'm sure everybody,
for sure.
Yeah.
Everybody at this point,
it's a great play. It's hilarious. Our Arts Council, they typically don't redo plays, you know, within every 15 to 20 years. We did this one about 10 years ago, and it was popular, and they brought a retro series this year into their productions, and the Greater Tuna was in it. So it's one of my favorites that I get to play characters in because, I mean, it's just fun. You know, my biggest thing is if I can be anywhere and make someone smile or laugh, that's the biggest drug. That's the biggest high that I can get. And to do that on stage in front of yesterday we had think 104 people. So we had a good turnout, for a Sunday show. I mean, it was a great time. So people got to laugh.
So now the question, inquiring minds want to know, is Trent Ranburger going to become a professional actor? Who is the new president and CEO of Trent Bedding, and what is the backstory here? You want to talk about a saga, a play that's unfolding right before our very eyes? We've got one for you, and here's the writer, director, and the lead.
So I guess catch up from the last podcast in Orlando that, so on that podcast, what people don't know is what they found out about Tiff and I and kind of life in general, life-changing, life-altering, mind-altering, things happen. And, at that point I was done, done. I was ready to just be with her and, see where things went. I was going out of business. And everybody was like, no, don't sell, or, you can sell, you can do this, you can do that, blah, 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 blah. I was like, no, I don't want it. I'm done. So talked with, Kinsley and we had set it up to announce that basically at the last podcast we did from Orlando. So Justin Trumbo was there. I guess, am I moving too fast, or is this about the right place?
Hold on, let's take a quick pause here. So just to remind people about the last podcast, if you didn't hear it, Trent told the story about his girlfriend Tiff and the massive struggle with cancer that she endured and he went through with her at her side at the hospital for months and months and months. And just a devastating event that, thankfully she's made it out on the other side of. But we talked about this a lot. Whenever these patterns of your life get interrupted, new worlds emerge. You think about things differently. You see your life differently, and you start re-examining things. And I think, like you said, during that time period, you started to re-examine, is this where I want to be? Is this where my gifts are best used? Is this the future? And those are all, reasonable things to question. And so you and I had some conversations about, what becomes of Trent Bedding. And we went really deep on that. And you were convinced for a fair amount of time that that's what needed to happen until we were almost up to podcast time in Orlando. And you sat down at the bar and started talking with Justin.
Because I was at the bar.
Hey,
who says nothing good ever came from drinking?
Hey, y'all were just talking about Jesus getting hitting on. I'm just saying.
That was Kinsley, for the record, God.
It was Kinsley. I'm apologizing.
Yeah. Hey, and all I was doing, God, was just I was telling a story about two of your biggest fans, apparently. Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. It's one thing. So they were huge fans of you.
Trent, please bail us out of this. So Justin says what?
So I was sitting at the bar. We were talking and it came up, literally it wasn't 5 minutes before I was getting on the podcast with you all. You all had no idea, of course. I had no idea, of course. But he convinced me to give him an opportunity to show me what he could do. And I don't know. It was just a moment of, I've never heard it this way. I've never thought of it this way, and I thought, what, we'll give it a try and see what it is. I knew it was going to mess the podcast up, and I hated that. Everything happens for a reason. There is divine intervention. I'm fully in belief and faithful of that. So I didn't announce it, and I gave him the opportunity. And everything has just kind of dominoed or I guess we say they've been put in place. And you open the door when opportunity is there. You don't have to let it in, but you at least listen to it. And it has truly, because I've said that for years and years and years, and it's truly true happening right now. I don't know if that's a conjunction, oxymoron sentence. I really don't know what. Kinsley, y'all are the writers. I don't
Conjunction, junctions. What's your function? Who knows? I mean,
yeah,
picking up words and phrases and sentences and others. Hey, I'll tell you what. Let me add a finer point to what you're saying, because I've been part of these conversations. I have a little bit different perspective, but I believe everything was laid out just like you said, and it was this divine moment of intervention. And you were supposed to be in Orlando. You were supposed to be confronted with that decision to announce that you were going to make a change in direction. You were supposed to be on that podcast, and you were supposed to sit down at that bar and meet Justin. And when you talked to Justin, all of a sudden he presented things in a different way. And I remember debriefing with you and him about what that conversation was like. And he said, don't shoot the cow if it's still giving off milk. Just don't be the farmer that's feeding it. Hire somebody else to feed the cow. And I think that's so important of a point is, how do you put yourself in a position as a business owner sometimes where you're not working in the business, you're working on the business. You're putting your unique talents into play. And I remember this other thing that really came up after this, Trent, was you've always said this, it's a gift and a curse, how locally famous you are in Bowling Green, Kentucky. You can stand in line to get a Subway sandwich and sell a mattress. And I remember telling you, Trent, you've spent millions of dollars at this point in advertising over the 25 years you've been doing this. Don't expect for you to go off TV and it to stop. You're going to be 10 years down the road if you sell this business, standing in line, and people will want to buy mattresses from you, because that's how ingrained Trent Bedding is in people's minds. So even if you wanted to get out of the business, have a break, whatever it was at that time, you would not have that break publicly. It would still be there because you've built yourself up so much in such a memorable way over the years that I would promise you there's a huge wake to that doesn't disappear just because the boat leaves the lake.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
In building on what Kinsley said, so therefore, right? If you built that momentum, Trent, right? Yep. Then the opportunity for you to not bail on that, but create an opportunity for someone else and even for yourself, right? And so, talk to us, Trent. What was the deciding factor? So maybe you can frame what's actually going to happen, and then tell us how you feel about it.
I feel amazing. No, it's an opportunity that has unfolded and put itself in place by moving me into the owner-founder position, which I honestly, I didn't go to school for business. I've just done my business, basically, And so he explained, just brought it to my attention, become an owner-founder, work on the marketing, keep the door swinging, philanthropy, nonprofits, community events, be that in the business. Is it called owner founder? Is it called, I don't know, chief marketing worker bee? I don't know what it's called, but that's what I'm going to do. And Brian Talley is the new president and CEO, by the way. He's been with us before, came back, and it's everything happens for a reason.
Hey, Trent, tell us about him a little bit. What makes him the guy in your mind and in your heart? Because this is a child you've helped, your business, right? You've developed that business, and it's like a child, right? You've got this thing that you love, and you've put all this effort into. So, for you to be okay handing it to someone in the sense and letting them kind of take the reins of that part of leadership, he must be a pretty special guy.
He is. He's special in a lot of ways, a lot of ways. He's just a great guy. He's a great man. He's a great father. He's a great husband. He's just a great all around guy. He's a pastor. So he's just great. And also he's a brother Mason. We're both members of a Masonic lodge, different lodges, but Masons are Masons. And so we've got a lot of connections. And he, like I said, he's been there before. He was in basically management before, when he left. And he left for his true passion, which is radio. So he loves the radio. He was a DJ. He is a DJ. So, I mean, which can tie into things like this for us at Trent Bedding. He brings more knowledge to the table of other things that I don't know and I don't have. So, get people that know things, other areas more than you. So, and I don't know. God said so. No, it was, I mean, he was one of those things. I mean, there's a whole nother podcast as to Brian and why, and the whole years of everything. Like, I could take up another 20, 30 minutes on just him. So I just, I believe it's right. I have the faith, and he's the guy. So watch out. I apologize moving forward for my vendors, because y'all don't got to deal with me no more. I'm just over here marketing what he buys. No, I'm still going to be very involved, of course, because it is my baby. But we've got a plan, and it's a plan, and we've got goals, and so watch out. I'm not going to give goals because, as president and CEO, I'll allow him that talking time of his goals moving forward. But as of July 1, well, technically as of the day this is released, he's president and CEO, but technically July 1, I'm looking over like I'm looking at a calendar, but because I am. But
so going back from this, from this a little bit, but hey, we want to, on behalf of the fam and the Dos Marcos audience in this community, congratulations, Brian. I mean, yes. It's a huge honor, especially considering, the iconic status that I believe Trent has reached, for you to be able to step in and serve in this new way, and to be able to support Trent in him allowing himself to move on in this way, so his talents can be more further realized and maximized. And this moment in his life can unfold in the way it needs to unfold. And I think for anybody listening out there, if you're hanging on to something and you've got people around you, you can give a chance, you can develop, or if your heart is just screaming at you to do something differently. I think a lot of people over the past couple of years heard that call, and they realized, hey, I got to do something different. My life's getting more tight. My circle is getting more tight. I'm not going to wait. I had to wait long enough, whether it's going on vacation or getting married or changing the way that your business operates. So congratulations to Brian, and thank you, Brian, for your service to the community and to this industry and to Trent and his family.
I want to add something to that, Mark. Like, I don't know. I wish I could remember it at the moment, but someone was talking about they had a near-death experience. They went to the next level, right? They went to heaven. They had this sense of dying and going to heaven and then coming back. And you've seen books about that stuff. But anyway, their account of that was from heaven, you look down on earth. And the biggest takeaway for her was that you look at life happening on earth, and it's like a play. So this fits perfectly with your recent play you were in and the things unfolding now. But you're the writer of that play. You are the director of that play. You are the actor of that play. You are the producer that handles the budgets. You are all of those that you're the promoter, right? It is your play to do with what you want. So if you don't like the script, rewrite the script. If you don't like the actors in the scene, get rid of the actors in the scene. And when you really think about it, like, that's it, right? And what I love about where you are is you said, you know what? Nope. I know what I want to do. I know I had this new look at the meaning of life because of the stuff that I was going through. I wanted to see that last act different than where it's going now. I want out of the groove that I'm in. And you made the freaking decision. And I love that you did it. And I can tell, in our past conversations, Kinsley, couldn't you tell, like, you could see it with Trent, the stress really, and the anguish of not wanting to leave a business that he built, but at the same time serving that need he had inside of making the decision to do something that was right for him and his family. So anyway, I know it was a tough call. I know that it was a big process to get where you are. So grateful that you kind of shared it. And really, the point of all of it is for anyone listening to be inspired by some of it, because if you're sitting there listening to the show and you're kind of at a crossroads there, looking at what Trent did, I think he'd tell you that you got to move on it and own where you're at and where you're headed.
And the thing is, and I've said it for years, opportunity knocks, right? You always open the door to listen. You don't have to let it in. If I don't take the time to listen to Justin, that moment in life, it's over. And it take every opportunity, just listen. That's another takeaway. Just listen. Give them the opportunity. You don't know what anybody's got to say. Don't guess. So I add to that, yes.
Well, Justin, walking around the betting conference like a little angel here.
Yeah.
I think at this point he may be coming off stage and have a couple of people that be his biggest fans coming up to him and be like, hot Justin.
Yeah. So.
I can't let it go.
I'm glad we got back in the mix. That's good.
I could. Hey, and if you were walking off stage as Pearl, but let's just say that you put on a play, Trent, and let's just say that it was a saga just steeped in ups and downs and dramas around the mattress industry, and you were the lead character, and you stepped off stage, and there were two people in the audience that wanted to come up and fanboy you. It would be this guy
and this guy.
Let's do it.
I think we're your biggest fans.
I think we are. I'm glad I didn't miss that moment. There was a lot of pressure in that, Kinsley, but I'm glad you had faith that I would be there for you.
I was there.
You're my king of yes and.
Good. Then I will buy you all some DVDs of the play.
Wait. I got to get a DVD player, Trent.
I know. That's what I asked. That's what I asked him. I was like, who the hell?
Oh, we can go to the Smithsonian and watch it. Yeah.
I think I got, yeah. So I don't know how they're going to
Can you send me a YouTube link? Actually, you send us a link, we'll put it up on the fam. I promise we'll embed it.
I'm just going to try to get a copy of it. I don't know how they're going to do it, so we'll see how that operates. But yes, as soon as I get a copy, I'll get it.
It is bowling.
Get a copy.
All right, Kinsley.
Hey, hold up. That was Franklin Simpson Community Arts Council. We got to give them props.
Okay, there we go. Shout it out. All right.
Franklin Simpson Community Arts.
Same question for both of you before we go. Trent, if there was a play about Trent Ranburger in your life, who's the role? Who's the leading actor playing your role?
Little Trent.
Cop out.
Totally a cop out.
You have a doppelganger. We don't.
It's got to be.
We don't have a doppelganger. You do.
Who would play me?
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey.
Me too.
Go.
All right.
That's good. I like that. Kinsley, you too?
No, me. Yeah, I got to go McConaughey for me too.
Yeah.
But who for you?
I think Bradley Cooper. I just love him as an actor, and I think he could play older to get to my age.
Yeah.
So I think he could do it.
I was going to say him or Zach Galifianakis. Either one for you.
Is Fabio still acting?
He's got to be around.
Zach Galifianakis.
He could play me.
Man, that is a real, I'm humbled that you would pick someone of his stature to play my role, because I would never have gone that high, honestly. I was thinking Cooper. He's got 9 Academy Awards. That was enough, right? Or nominations. He doesn't have them, but I just heard a podcast where he was
Trent, Fabio is still around. If you go to Amazon and you try to buy our book, Come Back to Bed, just type in Come Back to Bed. And the books that show up, they're romance novels. So I think he's still out there. We tend to get mixed up with him quite often.
Well, at least you're talking about mattresses.
Well, Trent, we love you, man. So glad you're on the path you're on.
Thank you all.
Hey, listen, we wish you the best, and we hope that it turns out exactly like you want it to. And for everyone listening, So glad that you're here. And these are some of the episodes that are so great. The unexpected outcome, which is to hear someone else's story. So much to learn from all of that. And we want you to share it with everyone. Give us a review if you don't mind, wherever you listen to the podcast, iTunes or the green one, Spotify, wherever you're listening.
Green hole,
the green one. That's it. And
hey, and don't forget, guys, we got our fam meetup. So it's happening at 4 p.m. coming up at Las Vegas Market. So Trent's going to be there. So 4 o'clock p.m. Sunday, July 24th. So 4 p.m. July 24th in the Englander space. That's C1596. Jot it down. C1596. We're going to be there. We're going to toss a few back. We're going to have a little fun. Trent might be dressed up in some full regalia if you could coordinate and organize that for us.
Little Trent might be there too.
Oh, what? We've never got to meet little Trent in person. So
don't tempt me with a good time.
Don't tempt me either.
Oh, he's going to be there.
Oh, boy.
LT's coming to market.
Hey, there we go. Trent and
little
Trent are going to be there.
Is he old enough to drink tequila with us or no?
Well, no, neither am I. But we both will act older when we get there, just long enough to drink tequila.
Okay.
If it's a safety issue, we have indestructible Dos Marcos tequila shot glasses for you. So don't worry if that was the issue. You're not going to chip your face. So you're going to be good.
We're good.
Hey, Trent, love you, brother, man. Happy for you.
Guys. Thank you.
We're going to see you guys all soon. Join us, like I said, 4 o'clock p.m. C1596 on Sunday at Market, and we are going to throw one back with a fam meetup. And in the meantime, between now and then, be well, sell lots of mattresses. Here's to great sleep.
And living your best life.
You can bounce on it. Yeah, bounce with it, bounce with it. Bounce with it, bounce with it. All right. What is a hybrid? It's like peanut butter jelly, peanut butter chocolate. Hybrid so tight, there's no way that you could topple it. Hybrid on my wrist, that's a calculator watch. We add ourselves together and we take it up a notch.
Got the airflow, yo, keep you cool as it get. Visco foam alone to make you drip sweat. Get a hybrid mattress, yes, you'll get better rest. Cool and comfortable, hybrid like a sweater vest.
You know the game, we're ahead of the sun. Cause the two of us together are way better than one. Cause I'm cool as ice
and I'm hot like a heater.
Bounce by the ounce, now we got it by the liter.
Well, you take a spring and you wrap it up right. You can sleep so smooth or bounce all night. Put two together, get a whole lot more. Get the feel of the comfort core.
You can bounce on it.
Lay back, you don't have to practice. It's the best thing to happen to your mattress. Get together to do it like I did. Everybody get hybrid. Sing hybrid.
If you want somebody to get in your vicinity, you probably want to feel a little bit of a hybridity. Foam alone, out of 5, maybe 1 star. Springs and foam, we're taking care of that lumbar. Mad back support, the best way to shack up or just get rest that won't mess your back up.
Like a hot chick mixed with a particle physicist or a mullet. Party in the back of the business. Best of both worlds like Mars and Venus. The ultimate hybrid. Nothing short of genius.
Keeping it loose while keeping it tight. We can make you sleep or play all night. Put two together, get a whole lot more. Get the feel of a comfort core.
You can bounce on it.
No stopping when the beat gets played back. Springs keep it popping, foam keeps it laid back. Party over here, get invited. Everybody get hybrid. Sing hybrid.
Listen, doesn't matter if your kitchen is charming when your bedroom's the most important part of the apartment.
What kind of bed do you keep back there? Does your girl want to chill on a beanbag chair? Hell no!
You need springs and foam, cause if that bowling ball don't bounce, you'll be sleeping alone.
And if the bed don't react, then you can't get low. We got that type of bounce that won't spill your Merlot.
So stick with us and you'll get rewarded.
Cause I'm so gentle
and I'm so supportive.
Hybrid is where the magic is.
And we just killed a song about mattresses.